Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So today we're going to take some time and talk about the Frieren anime, which is currently airing and it's very, very popular. A lot of people like this fantasy-based anime and franchise, and a lot of people are not just talking about the show itself, they're talking about best girl Frieren, okay? It is undisputed that she is the best girl of not only this franchise, but possibly of this entire season. I mean, she's a psychotic, cute elf. Like, need I say more? A lot of people are enjoying this character, and you even got weirdos like this on Twitter saying crazy stuff about this character. But nonetheless, you can see some of the enthusiasm. If you type in Frieren on Twitter, you get some interesting results, including one that says, Frieren racist. Now, what's this all about? Well, we'll find out in a second, but for context and minor spoilers here. So in a recent episode of this anime, Frieren was in control of a demon. She is an elf who hates demons, and while having control over this demon, she commands it to gay mend itself. Okay, and of course it does. Now this has led to a lot of memes like this one. People have been enjoying this one. It's basically a low-tier god edit using this character, and normally it's accompanied by 3 letters that you can figure out for yourself. But a lot of people have been having fun with these sorts of images and memes, but some people are not laughing about this supposed racism in this anime. Here's a tweet that got a lot of attention, 1 million views on this tweet, by the way, saying, "I'm glad the Frieren demon arc is over, cause I really didn't care for a whole arc trying to justify fantasy racism." Fantasy racism, ladies and gentlemen. Who will think of the demons and their feelings? Like, yeah, this is a detail that people have been pointing out, like in this reply here. The problem is, number one, not to get too technical here, but demons aren't a race. They're a species. So you really can't be racist towards demons, but they're also fictional characters, and it's like, what are we even talking about? But this reply right here kind of sums it up pretty well, and it says along the lines of, the reason Frieren and other characters have such a hatred of demons is because they are very human-like, except they lack things like emotions and sympathy, which makes them very dangerous. And that's why they're so aggressive towards demons. Now, moving on, they would try to justify this more by saying, in quotes, "They're inherently evil, so it's morally necessary to exterminate them." All right, buddy. They'll probably appear sometime in the plot again, and honestly, besides that specific element of it, the surrounding execution was still enjoyable, but it'll be nice to return to the more default mode now, and I hope we stay there for a while. Maybe I'll talk more in depth about it when they pop up again, but it's well mentioning that the author's intentions don't feel hateful, just thoughtless. I'm gonna leave it there. Really calling the author thoughtless over this entire arc. Very interesting, but counterpoint to this big section of words here, you have a K-on profile picture. Now, you might have noticed they changed it. When I bookmarked this a few days ago, yes, they in fact had a K-on profile picture, which is very funny if you know the kind of memes that go around with K-on profile pictures on Twitter. The irony of them having that while complaining about racism is a joke that writes itself. But now they've changed it to, I believe that's a Love Live profile picture, which, you know, you're matching me now. We got Love Live profile pictures here on YouTube with you, so that's pretty funny. But it didn't really end there. So a lot of people are, of course, very, very much enjoying the character Frieren. And you see this post right here, 100% facts. I can confirm the accuracy of this image here. It's basically just calling her pretty, okay? It's a very straightforward thing, and it's obviously relatable if nearly 10,000 people are liking it. However, you might have guessed, with a character that many consider a lolly, you knew what was going to happen next, and it's people leaving comments like this. That's a minor when referring to this character. Now, besides the fact that she is thousands of years old, that's a completely ridiculous thing to say, and also a lot of people pointed out in the replies to these various tweets, this idea that calling this character pretty is somehow innately sexual is kind of strange, right? It's not like this meme here was describing in detail what they want to do to this character sexually. They're just saying she's pretty. And you're like, wait a second. It's very strange, but at the end of the day, you know, She's thousands of years old, not to mention fictional, but that wouldn't stop people from complaining, and there's more posts like this one right here saying, "Welcome to the new hit fantasy anime, where we again have underage looking girl, semi-nude shot, feet, weird angles showing her butt, fans defending that she is 1,000 years old, also fans who are gonna make pervy jokes about her," which they already are, and they should. Now, some of these things to point out as like bad or like, I don't know, I guess controversial, like feet existing in the anime, that's a problem to you. But also the underage looking girl, like, I'm sorry that she's petite, but she is quite literally the embodiment of the lolly hag. Okay, like that's some peak chef's kiss kind of content right there, and I'm sorry her petite body offends you so much and makes you immediately think of children. But anyways, yeah, you could probably guess with this account and a lot of other accounts that are talking about this character negatively. Well, let's just read it for ourselves. Here's the reply saying, "I was playing with my nephew, so I didn't bother saying this here, but I have not seen it and will hold it off for another season or two. But this is a common occurrence in anime, and it is really off-putting. More power to this series and its fans if it is not this. First of all, this series and its fans don't need your approval. And this idea of you hate these themes, the long list of things that you had, just maybe you don't like anime. And honestly, even if you want to watch anime, there's plenty of choices that don't have those things. You're just not looking hard enough. And I would also recommend staying at the status quo. Don't watch this anime. Clearly, this is going to trigger you and make you see a lot of things you don't like. So I would just suggest moving on. Okay, you don't need to wait a couple seasons. I just don't think this anime was meant for you." But nonetheless, they were actually talking about this scene that was posted on the Twitter. You can see 50,000 likes, a lot of attention on this. It's a clip where, if my memory serves, basically Frieren is showing off a elixir that her master had given to her. And basically she says that this is, her master told her that this is like the ideal gift for a man. And basically it's an elixir that if you pour it on someone, it makes their clothing dissolve, which of course ends up getting dumped on her instead, which is obviously to the joy of many. But this image, because of the smugness of her face and the way she's holding this, has led to a lot of memes, and they are very, very good, okay? Here's one example, and it's captioned with a quote from the scene saying, "You see, you can just give this kind of thing to men, and they will be thrilled." And it's a Fumo, of course, and now that I've wrapped up my official Rev Fumo campaign, I can confirm men are very thrilled by Fumos, okay? And women included. Everyone's thrilled by Fumos, okay? That was made very clear by our community here. But nonetheless, you know I'm going to take every opportunity I can and promote the Uwu Market merch drop. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see my collab with my fiance. She's an ASM artist and VTuber. You can see our two models here. This little artwork here comes in many different forms. This is recently released. You can get it in the form of a rug, a blanket, or a simple poster. And this will be around until December 24th. But while you're there, you should take advantage of the soon-to-end Black Friday deal that Uwu Market is offering for their merch. Buy one, get one 50% off using code REVFRIDAY. Make sure you use that code. I'll put a link to all this stuff in the pinned comment, and this ends in about a day. And of course, this buy one, get one 50% off applies to all my merch as well as the new merch I just showed you, the poster, rug, and blanket as well. But in summary, okay, Frieren, great anime, best girl, and this thing is taking off, and I'm happy to see this anime doing so well. I know a lot of people are too, but yeah, the smugness is off the charts, and I'm happy to see where this is going to keep going. I definitely am hooked into this series, and I know a lot of people are too. But that is going to do it for this video. Feel free to share all of your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.